What's up everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'll review the Riggers Fitness cable pulley attachments, specifically the rotating V-handle, rotating bar, and V-shaped bar. They also offer a tricep rope, but I already have one from a different manufacturer. I have been using these regularly for over a month, so I will unbox them and go over how they have held up with use. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Now, let's get started. First, let's open the box. The attachments are just laying in the box with no packaging. Each attachment is in a protective plastic bag. First is the V-shaped bar. Next is the rotating V-handle. Last is the rotating bar. Right away, I noticed rust in the plastic bag at the rotating element, and there is some visible surface rust down in the joint. I will get into the details in a moment. First, I will put them to use for a month.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Now here we are, 1 month later. First, I will make some comparisons among them all, since they all share some features. Then, take a look at each attachment individually, in detail, and go over how they have held up. Taking a look at all three of these, they all have some consistency and look like they came from the same company, which is good in my opinion. They all have the same knurling. I personally like this knurling. It is light and offers a good, comfortable grip, and it has held up great. The chrome plating has not flaked off or anything. I have encountered more aggressive knurling on other products that are uncomfortable and clothes even snag on it. Not the case here. This knurling is nice. The next common feature is the grip diameter. The diameter of the grip is 1 inch on all three attachments. This feels on the small side in my hand when rowing with the rotating V-handle, but looking at other manufacturers, 1 inch is the standard across the board. Maybe my old gym had oversized handles. The rotating connector and the way it is installed is the same on the straight bar and the V-handle. Again, I appreciate the uniformity. The plating on the rotating connector has a different color than the rest of the part. On that note, I suppose the last common feature among these three is the chrome plating. It has held up great with no issues on all three of these attachments. No complaints. Now, let's take a detailed look at each attachment. I will go in the order that I removed them from the box. First up is the V-shaped bar. Here it is. The grip is comfortable, and it is what it is supposed to be. Taking a close look at the quality, there is a nice continuous fillet weld all the way around. There is one pit in this weld. The other end has a nice weld all the way around with no pits. And last, the attachment point has a pretty nice weld all the way around. The one issue is a small protrusion here. I'm not sure if it is a speck of weld splatter or a small burr from the grinding process. It's located where my hand rests, so it's not good. The other end stop is smooth with no issues. Let's quickly fix this burr, just a couple passes with a file. Based on the quality of the rest of the part, this defect probably is not typical, and for me, 10 seconds with a file is preferable over shipping things back and forth for refunds and replacements. This attachment functions like it's supposed to, and I'm happy with it. Next is the rotating V-handle. It's the right shape and has complete, continuous welds at all points. The rotating connector has some axial clearance and some radial clearance. However, it is not a smooth rotation. Looking in this hole, rust is visible. Rust is also visible through the gaps on the sides. So, the bearing surface is rust. If I point the connector to the side, gravity should rotate it down, but it doesn't. It is bound up. Let's easily address this real quick. I'm applying some lithium grease, which stays in place and prevents rust. I squirted in the hole until it came out of all exits. Then wiped off the excess. That handled it quick and easy. Now the connector rotates. and putting it into action, it functions like it's supposed to. No complaints. Last is the rotating bar. It looks good and is what it is supposed to be. The rotating connector has the same issues as the V-handle. Rust is visible in the hole and on the sides, and it doesn't rotate freely. In use, it causes some friction and noise. Take a listen. Let's address this one too, applying some lithium grease, cleaning off the excess, and now it rotates. In use, the friction and sound are gone. Continuing on, the bar has a rubber ball on each end, which is not shown in the product advertisement pictures. I guess these are a bonus. They just thread out. The rubber ball has a counter bore with a threaded rod, and the shaft has a tapped hole. And putting it into action, it does what it's supposed to do. No complaints. That covers all 3 attachments. The V-bar had a burr that needed a couple passes with a file. Based on the rest of the attachments, I suspect that this defect is uncommon. And both of the rotating connectors had rust on the bearing surfaces and did not rotate smoothly. I applied some grease and am personally satisfied with that. But this is an issue that you will very likely encounter. It's up to you if it's acceptable or not. In the end, I did not mind addressing these small issues. These are very well built, and the cost and quality are a good value. I'm happy with them and have no regrets. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. Subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Give the video a like to support the channel. Drop any comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh!